It is already happening again, Celtics fans, as we have seen just 13 games into the season. Some trade rumors sparking up about this Celtics squad and guard Jaden Springer, as his name has been thrown around trade rumors ever since it seemed like Lonnie Walker was brought onto this team. But after Lonnie Walker has been departed, Springer's name is still being tossed around as a possible trade piece. So we're going to be diving in and looking at this one trade with the Los Angeles Clippers, which has the Celtics going after a wing player that could be influential for their team. We'll be diving in and exploring is this the right move for the Celtics and more on this episode of Celtics Digest. I'm Bruce Velez, and you guys have been absolutely fantastic showing your love and support over on the channel. And Godfrey and I are super, super appreciative of it. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button. And if you want to make sure you stay up to date on everything revolving around this team, make sure to continue to show that support as we'll be providing the content. But without further ado, let's dive into the video at hand. Make sure to grab a snack. I can't believe we're back onto this topic and discussing this type of thing as Jaden Springer, a player who realistically for the Celtics has been at the end of the rotation and has been injured the last couple of games and hasn't even seen playing time, is still being thrown around in trade rumors. And according to this newest article, it is going to be for a wing from the Clippers. So we're going to dive in, look at the article, and then I'll give you my thoughts and honestly kind of give you, do I think this is the right move for the Celtics or should they explore something else? But let's dive in and let's look at this. Like I said, this article is courtesy of Colin Keane. Celtics predicted to trade young guard to Clippers for an $11 million wing. Now, again, Celtics, a little weird of the wording here because the Celtics can't trade for an $11 million player as they can't have them. So it's $11 million in total. So that's to start off. But according to a new report from Bleacher Report, Dan Favale, Amir Coffey of the LA Clippers could be that guy for Stevens and the Celtics to look at and bring in trade. Favale suggested that Boston could send the Clippers Jaden Springer and a 2025 second round pick in exchange for Amir Coffey. And to go into some explanation on why the Celtics would do this, obviously the Celtics remain that it's quintessential 11 and 10, no notes from even as they navigate life without Kristaps Porziņģis. But their secondary rotation could stand to gain some playable wing depth. Coffey has logged some ample time for the Clippers over the last couple seasons and looked pretty good while doing it. Even if he's not that high volume on offense end, but though on that 3 point line and close out and attackers, he keeps his opponents honest. He's handling some tough assignments for the Clippers defensive, correctly setting the world on fire. Offering what could be a top 35 pick for his services may not be enough, particularly for Los Angeles, but a team that doesn't have Kawhi Leonard. The Celtics also have other seconds to spare if they need to get off of more ammo, and the Clippers, for their part, shouldn't be kept to keeping Coffey or shouldn't be set on moving Coffey as well as Coffey is a piece that could be extendable. He's in his final year of his 3 year, $11 million deal that he did sign. And from looking at this from a cap space things, as you guys can see, Jaden Springer, courtesy of Spot Track, is making $4 million and $18,000, with next year being a restricted free agent. And Coffee is an unrestricted free agent, making $3,900,000. So with the second apron, with all of those, corrections, the Celtics would be able to facilitate this trade. It would be able to go through as Jaden Springer makes a little bit more than Amir Coffee. So they're taking a player that makes if the same amount or less as a second apron team in the Celtics, and they'd be getting a wing to add on. And for the Celtics, this could be a good move. Like I said, Springer, if we're going to be honest, has been hurt for the Celtics the last couple games and hasn't really seen that much run with this Celtics team. He got some in the preseason. He looked really good in that first summer league first summer league game for the Celtics where he debuted. But then after that, hasn't really been able to catch up to speed, and obviously has been dealing with a knee injury for the Celtics. So could this be a move that the Celtics entertain? I want to ask your thoughts. I want to know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Let me know, do you think the Celtics should go out and make a trade? And if so, should they go out and get a wing in Amir Coffey who could help out this team? But we're going to be diving in and looking at it a little bit more, kind of looking at the likelihood and my kind of thoughts and opinions as well for this trade as honestly, I don't know if Amir Coffey is the best player the Celtics could go out and get. If we want to look at the stats for both of these players, like I said, Jaden Springer hasn't really provided much for the Celtics this season, hasn't really gotten much of that runtime, averaging a 1 rebound, not even a total point, shooting 20% from the field, but hasn't been able to play that much for the Celtics and obviously is dealing with some knee injuries. For Coffey, obviously he's had a bigger role on a Clippers team that has required him to play 9.3 points, 2.2 rebounds, 50% from the field, 52% from three. And this is a type of player that could make sense for the Celtics to go and acquire. Again, he's 27, kind of fits that timeline, could be a key integral piece off the bench for the Celtics. But one thing that confuses me with this kind of trading going after Amir Coffey is I believe the Celtics already have a player similar to Amir Coffey in Jordan Walsh. And if the Celtics believe in Jordan Walsh, he is a younger version of Amir Coffey. I truly think that they wouldn't want to move off of a player in Jaden Springer to bring in a similar type of player. Now, obviously, Coffey has that NBA veteran experience. He's been around the league a little bit more, has had more run time in the NBA. So you could say, obviously, he could slot himself over Walsh, could kind of play in that role. And if Hauser's having a bad shooting night, or if Hauser's not looking the best defensively, you throw Coffey in there, have him be an extra attacker off the wing, and that just makes us special automatic right now. But ultimately, I think the Celtics kind of look at this as in a grand scope of things and view Jordan Walsh as one of their better players, a player that they see could bring that O'Shea Brissett role and even grow into that maybe that Grant Williams type role for this team. And I think a player like Jordan Walsh can be that Amir Coffey for this Celtics team in the next couple seasons. So why go out and trade draft capital? Why go out and trade a player to get off of his contract to bring in a similar player that is already a similar play style to one that you already have? And then what do you do with Jordan Walsh at that point? If you already have Amir Coffey on the roster and you're giving him the minutes over Jordan Walsh, where does Jordan Walsh's role go? Does he get possibly traded? Ultimately, that's not a thing I want to be discussing. If the Celtics are going to move off Jaden Springer, as they have been interested in moving off of him to save some salary in the luxury tax, moving off his $4 million contract, I would not be shocked if they go out and do that. Like I said, he has not really played much for the Celtics team. He hasn't earned himself a big enough role for this team, so he could be the guy that is on the way out. But I don't see the Celtics going out and trading Jaden Springer for a player that they already have in a role under this roster. I could see them trading a player like Jaden Springer to go and get some additional big man help. Maybe if Kristaps Porziņģis takes a little extra to come back, or Horford isn't looking the greatest as a rebounder, we've seen the Celtics have struggled in that rebounding category. So maybe going out and getting another effective rebounder could be key for this Celtics team. As we've already seen, the guard room is very, very full. Peyton Pritchard stepping up and rising to the occasion as that third point guard. Or could the Celtics keep Jaden Springer as well? Ultimately saying, screw these trades, screw what everybody else is saying. We believe in Jaden Springer. Sam Cassell believes in Jaden Springer. We went out and got Jaden Springer because we knew he'd be a perfect fit for our system. He could be that Marcus Smart-esque replacement, and they're going to teach Jaden Springer the rules, and we can see Jaden Springer climb through the ranks of the Celtics maybe in that later part of the season where they start to give some of their starters rest. Ultimately, I think everything is up in the air. In my honest opinion, I would not trade Jaden Springer for Amir Coffey, even though Amir Coffey could be an impact player now for the Celtics. I already believe that the Celtics have a player in Jordan Walsh that plays that Amir Coffey role for this team, and there's no need to go out there and have two of those players on this roster. Rather have that role specified for Springer just in case he is healthy, he's ready to go, or if the Celtics do see some injuries in that guard department, we could see Springer get that rise to the occasion and really step up for the Celtics team, or we could see Springer ultimately held and used for future seasons. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Do you want to see Springer traded? Do you want to see Amir Coffey bring into Boston? What are your honest thoughts on this whole situation? Leave them down below in the comment section. Like I said, you guys have been absolutely fantastic at showing your love and support for Godfrey and I the last couple of weeks, and we're really, really appreciative. So keep hitting the like button, keep hitting the subscribe button, and it means the world to us. We're trying to get to 6,000 subscribers, and we can only do it with the help of you guys. So if you guys do enjoy it, make sure to hit that subscribe button, get us to that goal, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a great rest of your day, y'all. Peace out, and go Boston Celtics.